Hi everyone. This screencast is going to take you through one of those math apps that we had downloaded earlier. I'm going to tap on my folder of math apps. This one is the third one over, the number line. So I'm going to tap on that app, and it's going to bring me to this basic template. Yours should look the same way. Just to introduce you to a few features, the first one on the bottom right has the lowercase I, and I'd like you to take a look through this when you get a chance. To start, it shows you how the jump arc looks, how you can drag and move it. You could go left or right with it. You could group two together. You could show numbers or not show numbers. This navigating number line is neat. I'll show you that when we start using it. But it shows 100 numbers. It could be negative numbers, it could be decimals, fractions, you name it. And it doesn't even have to start at 0. The toolbar at the bottom is blue, and the one on the far left is like two arrows forming a circle. That just means clear all. But you'll notice there's different ways you can have the numbers appear on the number line. So either with the numbers, widen them, or hide the numbers. If I scroll down a little more, there's an add custom tick mark, or we could duplicate the number line, have a compare and contrast situation. You could hide the numbers and just reveal ones you want to see. There's the writing piece, which has the 4 symbols for math, and that just could allow you to write, say, a number sentence, drawing, and then trash. So now let's take a look at how this feature could work for you. So at the top, as we noticed, or we talked about earlier, it has the navigating bar. So right now it's just always automatically set up for 0 to 50, or sorry, 0 to 100 with 50 in the middle. However, if you wanted to change that, you tap on those two blue bars, or blue arrows. Maybe I wanted to go to 250. It's only ever going to go show 100 at a time. So now I have between 200 and 300. But if I want to change this back, I'm just going to hit 0, and then it'll show me back between 0 and 100. If you wanted to zoom in, right now we see 0 to almost 20, just 0 to 19. Tap the bar or button in the toolbar right below the 6 and the 7. No, I apologize. The one under the 8 where it has the arrows. And you could do medium or really wide, depending on what you're working with. I'm going to keep it narrow. With the numbers, you could hide them by clicking this button, and it's right below the 10. And what's nice about this feature is you could reveal one number at a time if you wanted to. I'm just going to reveal them all again. Maybe I wanted students to focus on the number 10. This right below, between 11 and 12, a tick mark toolbar appears, so I might just bring their attention to 10. Maybe I want to have 2 tick marks because I want them to see and think about going from 1 to the next, so from 10 to 17. The other features, now I'm going to go to the left, underneath the number 2 has the actual arc. It denotes to number 5 always, and maybe you wanted 8 instead. So I'm going to tap the gray bar in the bottom and just drag it to the right and bring it back to the 8. And what's nice is that you can see those horizontal lines show 8 as well. If your fingers aren't touching those black or gray boxes, you can manipulate and move the arc to just rest on the number line. Maybe I want it to start at 0 and show where it ends at 8, or maybe we're starting at 4 and we want as students to think about where would that end. And maybe I could even move my tick mark to 12. I'm going to delete this other tick mark by just highlighting it and hitting the garbage can. Maybe I wanted to show 2 skip countings of 8. I'm going to illuminate that arc, and down at the bottom below number 13 on the number line, the toolbar menu option has 2 boxes there, basically meaning duplicate. So I'm going to rest it next to it, and I'm going to tap off of it, and then I should be able to slide with the navigation bar up top just a little bit to the right to see that we've gone from 4 now to 20. So maybe I'll add a second tick, and they've seen that maybe they added 4 plus 16, but they broke it into 2 8s, for example. If you wanted them to show or have the word problem at the top, we could say 4 plus 16, oops, 16 equals question mark. I'm going to hit done. I'm going to move this over. And then students could go back in. If you wanted to bring in the drawing tool, they could draw in 4 plus 8 equals 12. And then continue on. Maybe they want to change their colors to say 12 plus 8 now equals 20, and just showing what's going on there. Once I tap the X above the writing tool, though, your writing disappears. Another feature as far as how the numbers are concerned is that you can choose whole numbers, and you could even do skipping, so just your evens, your 5s, 10s, 15s, or even a custom. If I go back, you could do fractions, and they have all of those fractions present. The idea I like about using fractions, I'm going to clear this board, is if you did a fraction bar, maybe we're going to do 1/3. I'm going to hit yes, and you're going to notice it's changed now to thirds. I want to add and duplicate this number line. So I'm going to hit, if I can tap on it. Oh, I can't duplicate the number line like I had hoped. It's just duplicating the arches. But if we were to bring up an arch on this line, you're going to notice, for example, it just starts with 1 2/3. We'll just use that for the example. And maybe we want to say what's 1 2/3 times 3. So I could add the writing piece of this, the number problem. Although it doesn't give me fractions here. So maybe I'll choose the writing tool instead. 1 2/3 times 3 equals. So now if I need 3 of these, I'm just going to duplicate that twice. And students can see, bring the writing back up, use a different color. No, I don't want green because it's the color of those items. So here's 1 2 3. Where did I land? I landed on 5. And that would be one way for students to show their thinking. Of course, we would want them to show a different way. But this is a small little quick overview. And of course, the eraser's there as well if you wanted to clear. But this is a nice little overview of showing how these different